So it's been overcast and drizzling for the last 3 or 4 days. Weather is fantastic out in the food forest. Got a bit wild. Um, the pumpkins that kind of died back for the season after our hot February sun is actually now sprung back to life again and started flowering all over again. So at least we will be able to feed the fruit flies and the pumpkin flies during March and April. But yeah, everything is kind of bouncing back. Even the beans are shooting out new shoots. There's new fresh beans on the vines. Interesting. So this is our other tamarillo trees. There's one over there, that one there, and then there's one at the back here, which is not doing particularly well. It's too hot for him against the western facing wall, which is fine. Um, this is a macadamia nut. It's also been transplanted here fairly recently out of a fairly protected area, which is why you have the sunburn on the leaves. And speaking of sunburn, um, during January and February, because we're so far south in the southern hemisphere, we still do get a lot of UV radiation and all the rest from the sun. And the leaves actually got sunburned very, very badly. These are the ones that survived that I didn't take off, but the others I actually took off. And there's an interesting phenomenon in countries like South Africa where we have those very hot spells during fruiting season. We have it in the grapes up in the northern parts of the country as well, where it's called heat sinking. It's basically the sun burns this part and it forms almost like a callus, um, but it's a layer of dead plant material on top of the living tissue. And this doesn't rot. It's fully edible. There's nothing wrong with it. However, that part where it got really severely sunburned stops developing. So you can see there's actually no roundness to it like the rest of the fruit. Now the grapes do the same. Not all cultivars, but some of the cultivars that are a bit heat and sun sensitive. So you would get this, which is like I say, we're going to use it inside. I'm going to eat it probably, or the chickens will. But unfortunately, you cannot sell this. So it's got no commercial value, except if you want to harvest like the seeds. Um, but this just to show the difference between a soil grown one. Um, this Tamarillo is younger than the one that's in the pot that we showed in the previous video. The stem is thicker. The roots are much more established, of course. It's got a bigger space to grow into. There's way more fruit on this tree, and the fruit are so much more uniform. Um, like on this one here, I would say at least 4 out of those 5 fruits are of equal size, which is fantastic, which is what you would like in a crop, to have a little bit of uniformity. Whereas the ones in the pots, they vary from minute to very big, and they don't ripen evenly either. Whereas these ones in the garden are all starting, a whole bunch would start changing color more or less at the same time. So you would have a few that are almost ready, and then a few that will take another week or two, and then you have a few that will take another 3 weeks or 4 weeks, depending on the weather. And since we've been having cooler weather, it has kind of slowed down.